Roman Reigns confirms his new faction, the best and worst of WWE Raw. Michael Cole provides a huge Seth Rollins update. Seth Rollins' injury forced WWE to change the ending for SNME. Becky Lynch wraps up her filming project. Jelly Roll is set to host Jimmy Kimmel with Randy Orton as a guest. AEW All In breaks a record, beating WWE as the longest wrestling PPV ever. Adam Cole nearly retired at AEW All In after a concussion. Why Samoa Joe was written off. AEW TV leaked WWE Smackdown ratings for July 11th. Let's dive right in. The best and worst of WWE Raw. WWE Monday Night Raw delivered a thrilling show that kept the energy high after an epic evolution. Triple H and WWE officials pulled out all the stops to make this episode unforgettable. The spotlight shone on the women's division for much of the first half, showcasing their incredible talent. The show also set the stage for SummerSlam, now just weeks away, with new storylines kicking off and others gaining steam. While some moments were pure gold, not everything landed perfectly. One choice stood out as a major misstep, and another raised eyebrows. Let's dive into the highs and lows of Raw's latest chapter. Number 1. Disaster Strike. Kabuki Warriors lost to Judgment Day falls flat. The Judgment Day remains the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. At Evolution, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez defend their titles against Zarya and Sol Ruca, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and the Kabuki Warriors. On WWE Raw, the Kabuki Warriors hope to get some revenge and face the champions in a standard tag team match. Unfortunately, Asuka and Kairi Sane lost the match, thanks in part to interference from Dominic Mysterio. This moment was a low point for Raw. The match itself was solid, but having the Kabuki Warriors lose made no sense. It wasn't even for the titles, so now Asuka and Kairi Sane are left with nowhere to go. A win here could have set them up for a future title shot, but instead, they're stuck in limbo. Number 2. Epic Showdown. Gauntlet match crowns a worthy contender. The Gauntlet match stole the show on Raw. Braun Breaker, LA Knight, Jey Uso, Penta, and CM Punk battled it out for a chance at the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. Breaker kicked things off, powering through Penta, LA Knight, and Jey Uso with grit and fire. Then CM Punk stepped in and took down Breaker to claim the win. This match was a showcase for Breaker, who dominated for over 40 minutes and pinned 3 fan favorites. Even better, Punk's victory sets up a dream match against Gunther at SummerSlam. The crowd is hyped for what's coming in just 3 weeks. Number 3. Triumph and Trouble. Lyra Valkyria shines, but Bayley's future dims. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria had an amazing triple threat match alongside Becky Lynch at WWE Evolution. On Raw tonight, Bayley and Lyra continued their moment and had a stellar 2 out of 3 falls match. The bout was great and one of the best TV matches of the year. In the end, Lyra won 2 falls to secure the victory. This match was a highlight, with Lyra and Bayley delivering a jaw-dropping performance. Lyra's win sets her up for a final showdown with Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental title at SummerSlam. But here's the problem. Bayley might be left off the SummerSlam card. After missing WrestleMania, this feels like a gut punch for the role model. If Triple H doesn't find a spot for her, it could spell trouble for the former champ. Number 4. Shocking return. Roman Reigns lights up Raw. The Gauntlet match ended with CM Punk as the victor, but chaos erupted when Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed attacked Jey Uso and Punk. Just when it looked grim, music blared through the arena, Roman Reigns was back. The crowd lost it as the OTC charged to the ring, taking out Breaker and Reed with ease. He helped Jey to his feet and locked eyes with Punk in a tense moment. This sets the stage for a massive tag team match at SummerSlam, likely pitting Jey Uso and Roman Reigns against Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Though not official yet, this promises to be a blockbuster addition to an already stacked show. Michael Cole provides a huge Seth Rollins update. WWE Monday Night Raw started with a dark shadow over one of its top stars. Seth Rollins got hurt at Saturday night's main event and had to be helped out of the ring. Now, Michael Cole has shared a big update on what's next for him. Before Raw kicked off, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed showed up with Paul Heyman, with Breaker gearing up for a huge gauntlet match to fight for a title shot. But all eyes were on Seth Rollins, who was missing when his crew arrived. Michael Cole dropped the news that Rollins is seriously injured from the weekend, confirming the rough scene at Saturday night's main event. He said doctors are checking him out, and more details on his return will come soon. Paul Heyman stayed quiet on specifics, only saying that Seth Rollins has until June next year to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. No one knows what's wrong with his knee or when he'll be back, but Cole stressed the injury is a big deal. Fans are left wondering what this means for the star's future. Seth Rollins' injury forced WWE to change the ending for SNME. Seth Rollins' injury at Saturday night's main event threw WWE's plans into chaos, forcing a last-minute change to the show's finale. On Wrestling Observer Live, Brian Alvarez revealed that Rollins' injury turned the final 40 minutes of the event into a mess. He explained that WWE had something big planned for the end, though not a Rollins Money in the Bank cash-in, but it fell apart when the Visionary got hurt. Alvarez said staff were informed mid-show about Rollins' condition, leading to a frantic scramble to rework the closing moments. The whole last 40 minutes of that show were in disarray. I was told they had something planned for the end of the show, which was not a Seth Rollins cash-in, but they had something planned for the end of the show, and because of this injury, it did not happen. So there were a lot of people that were working live on this show who, in the middle of a live event, were told, Seth is hurt, we gotta change it. So they were scrambling and doing this. Gunther closed out Saturday night's main event by defeating and retiring Goldberg, but it's clear WWE had a different exciting finish in mind that was derailed by Rollins' injury. What could WWE have had up their sleeve for the big ending? Becky Lynch wraps up her filming project. Becky Lynch has wrapped up her latest acting gig, completing work on the FX workplace comedy pilot Movers. The show's set costumer, Chason, shared the news on Instagram, posting photos with Lynch and the crew, celebrating the end of filming for the pilot. He noted their past collaboration, saying, booked in Memphis and in LA full circle moments each and every time Becky Lynch. Created by Reno 911, stars Robert Ben Garant and Kathy Shim, who also act in the show. Movers is a mockumentary-style comedy diving into the chaotic, codependent lives of a group of movers, with much of the dialogue improvised. Lynch joins a talented cast, including Maz Jobrani, Friday After Next, Darius Homayun, Sex Life, Tanael T.J. Joachim, and Manny Montana, Ironheart, alongside Garant and Shim. This isn't Lynch's only project. She's also set to appear in Happy Gilmore 2, hitting Netflix on July 25th. Fans are now waiting to see if Movers gets picked up for a full season, eager for more of Lynch in a bigger role. Jelly Roll is set to host Jimmy Kimmel with Randy Orton as a guest. Jelly Roll's WWE journey is heating up, and now he's taking it to late-night TV. The country music star will guest host Jimmy Kimmel Live this Wednesday, with Randy Orton joining as a special guest, setting up what could be a big WWE moment just days before SummerSlam. The buzz started at Saturday night's main event in Atlanta, where Jelly Roll was in Orton's corner for his match against Drew McIntyre. Logan Paul, backing McIntyre, got into it with Jelly Roll, who threw him aside and landed a hard right hand, knocking Paul out of the ring. The victory was short-lived. McIntyre caught Jelly Roll off guard with a Claymore kick, leaving him flat in the ring. That sparked talk of Jelly Roll appearing at SummerSlam. Now, with him hosting Kimmel and Orton as a guest, the hype is growing. PW Insider checked with sources about the episode, and one responded, of course, when asked if a WWE angle is in the works. That hint suggests Triple H's team is planning something big for SummerSlam, with Kimmel as the starting point. Is Jelly Roll ready to step into the WWE ring at the biggest party of the summer? AEW All In breaks a record, beating WWE as the longest wrestling PPV ever. AEW went big on Saturday night, pushing the limits with AEW All In, Texas, which ran for a jaw-dropping 6 hours, officially becoming the longest professional wrestling pay-per-view ever. It crushed the previous record set by WrestleMania 35, which clocked in at 5 hours and 20 minutes. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer revealed the extended runtime was no mistake. It was 100% intentional, Meltzer said, noting AEW planned the marathon show to clash directly with WWE's Saturday night's main event on NBC. The idea was to make sure their main event was still going on when WWE's broadcast began, Meltzer explained. AEW didn't want to be bullied. WWE packed the weekend with NXT, Great American Bash, and Saturday night's main event on July 12th, plus Evolution the next night. In a bold move in the ongoing wrestling rivalry, AEW stretched All In to overlap with WWE's primetime slot. As WWE's show hit network TV, AEW's main event was still rolling, making a loud statement about its staying power. AEW didn't just deliver a stacked card, it threw down the gauntlet. The promotion is playing hardball with WWE, and the battle for fans' attention is heating up with every broadcast. Was AEW's 6-hour epic a brilliant move to steal WWE's spotlight, or did it drag on too long? Adam Cole nearly retired at AEW All In after a concussion. Adam Cole's heartfelt moment at AEW All In. Texas wasn't just for show, it was painfully real. During the pay-per-view, Cole vacated the TNT Championship live, leaving fans wondering if he'll ever step back into the ring. On Wrestling Observer Live, Brian Alvarez confirmed Cole's injury was no angle. Kyle Fletcher lariated him right in the jaw and he ended up with a concussion, Alvarez said. He talked to Tony Khan and ended up, he's out. Alvarez made it clear this wasn't scripted. Everything you see is everything that happened. Everything you saw on television was 100% legitimate. Everything he said, all of it. He dropped a gut-wrenching bombshell. Cole nearly called it quits for good. From what I can gather, he was pretty much ready to go out on Saturday and retire, Alvarez shared. And I guess, cooler heads prevailed. And it's exactly what he said. He was like, I'm not in the right headspace to make that decision right now. There's no word on when or if Cole will return. Alvarez painted a stark picture. His future as a wrestler is very much in doubt, and it's just going to be a matter of time when he feels he's in the right headspace. He's going to make a decision, and we'll see what happens. With Cole sidelined, AEW moved forward, crowning Dustin Rhodes as the new TNT champion in a four-way match at All In, marking his first time holding the title in his long career. Cole's future hangs in the balance, and fans may have witnessed a real-time goodbye. If he does return, it'll be on his own terms. Why Samoa Joe was written off AEW TV leaked. Samoa Joe is taking a break from AEW TV, and the reason ties directly to his other big gig. At AEW All In Texas, the Ops held on to the AEW Trios Championships in a fierce battle against the Death Riders and Gabe Kidd. But after the match, Joe was viciously attacked and stretchered out, a dramatic scene that had fans talking. Fightful Select reports this was done to write Joe off TV for a short time. Inside sources say Joe is scheduled to take a brief hiatus from AEW programming to handle promotional work for the new season of Twisted Metal, set to stream on Peacock starting July 31st. While it's not clear exactly when he'll return, he's expected to miss at least a couple of weeks of AEW action. AEW has used this kind of storytelling before to cover stars' outside commitments, and Joe's beatdown was a smart way to temporarily remove one of their toughest competitors from the screen. WWE Smackdown Ratings for July 11th. The July 11th, 2025 episode of WWE Friday Night SmackDown delivered a string of unforgettable moments, including the Wyatt Six capturing the WWE Tag Team Championships. The show saw a nice boost in viewership, pulling in 1.399 million viewers on the USA Network, according to Programming Insider. That's a solid increase from the 1.166 million who tuned in on July 4th. In the P18-49 demo, SmackDown scored a 0.37 rating, up from last week's 0.32. It also hit a 0.81 HH rating and a 0.50 rating in the A25-54 demo, showing strong appeal across households and key age groups. The night was packed with big highlights, like the Wyatt Six taking down the Street Profits to become the new WWE Tag Team Champions. Elsewhere, Logan Paul stirred up drama by kicking off a feud with Jelly Roll, taking a harsh dig at the musician's child custody situation. These moments, among others, kept the energy high all night long. Roman Reigns confirms his new faction. In a jaw-dropping moment on tonight's WWE Raw, Roman Reigns made his explosive return, stepping in to save his cousin Jey Uso and an unlikely ally, marking his first appearance since the Raw after WrestleMania 41. The OTC also revealed a bold new faction. At WrestleMania 41, Paul Heyman stunned everyone by betraying Reigns, and the next night on Raw, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker ambushed him, with Bronson Reed joining their crew the following month. This week's Raw main event saw CM Punk earn the #1 contender spot for the World Heavyweight Championship by winning a gauntlet match. But after the match, Breaker and Reed launched a vicious attack on Punk, only for Jey Uso to step in. The duo overpowered Jey until Reigns hit the scene, helping both Jey and Punk fend off the assault. This moment seemed to confirm a new alliance, despite the rocky history between Reigns and Punk, who clashed at WrestleMania 41. The two may not be friends, but they're ready to team up on Raw to take down Rollins' faction, even in his absence. Reigns took to his official X account after the show, making a fiery promise following his comeback. More receipts to come. Good to be back. WE Raw. The OTC has his sights set on destroying Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. Heyman's betrayal at WrestleMania 41 Night 1, aligning with Rollins and Breaker's attack the next night on Raw, left Reigns sidelined for months. Now back, Reigns is on a mission to dismantle Rollins' entire crew, and he's not stopping until he gets his revenge.